with itself. There will come a time of reckoning. This wrongdoing, this lying, the betrayals that we experience in life, there will be a reckoning. And if we're the ones on the betraying side, remind ourselves, we will be held accountable. But if you're the victim in that scenario, if you're the one that's being transgressed, they will be held accountable. Now, don't take that and make that your warm and fuzzy place that you go to receive comfort at night when you're feeling cold and lonely and betrayed, and you go and you warm yourself at the thought of God's impending judgment and wrath being poured out upon those who have betrayed you. Let's look at one more passage of Scripture, Matthew chapter 5. Most of you probably already know where I'm going with that. In the Sermon on the Mount. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 44. Short and sweet, but Jesus says, I say to you, love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. It's amazing. I know that it can be hard, like when we initially hear that thought to pray for your enemies. That's so opposite the world we live in, and by worldly standards, that's really almost solely a Christian ideology. To pray for your enemies, to pray for those who persecute you, who take advantage of you, who wrong you, who betray you. Do we understand why? It's not just that we unburden ourselves of bitterness, because that's true. When we forgive, we don't just do it for that person. We also unburden ourselves of bitterness. And that is almost the best gift that we personally receive. And we can receive that right now when we lay that at the altar of Christ. When we recognize the fact that Jesus Christ purchased that transgression. Same as ours. There's a business transaction that took place when Jesus was nailed to the cross. He purchased every sin that would ever be committed. That includes yours. That includes mine. We don't get to go lay claim to offense or betrayal from somebody else as though that person owes us because our debt is larger. We're all indebted to Christ, friends. We're all indebted to Christ.